Hey guys, so it looks like Sony unveiled some a new Xperia family called like Xperia X. It was Xperia X phone, X Performance, and an XA phone. In this video, I'm gonna go over. I think it's the Sony Xperia X Performance, which I think is the most high-end new Sony phone here. They're pretty lame, Sony here, because they did unveil these new phones here in February, but then they say the phones won't be available out on the market to buy before like summer 2016, probably like June month. So it's like 4 months away before you can buy the phone, so that's kind of lame. But let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at the Sony Xperia X Performance phone. It says June the 5th here. Has a nice design. Has this nice design, which I talked about a few days ago, that this kind of leaked phone that we saw, that it could be the new Sony lineup of family phones, and it was. So it has kind of like a brushed furnished metal here on the back, which is definitely probably way better material than the current material that they're using, like a glass back on their current phones, Sony. More rounded design of the phone, and yeah, it looks nicer. It just looks nicer overall. Let's take a look at the specs. So let's just click on specifications here. So let's just go down here. 165 grams of weight, IP68 certification, of course, some that we've been seeing with earlier Sony phones. 1080p display, no 4K resolution display here, and Android 6.0.1 Marshmallow with Sony's UI, but it feels like they are more scaling off their own UI and making it more look like stock Android. Micro SD card, Snapdragon 820, which is going to be in the S7 variant, also probably in North America on a Galaxy S7. And that one has the Adreno 530 GPU, 32 GB of internal storage, but the micro SD card slot, 3 GB of RAM, which is 1 GB RAM less than the S7. 23 megapixel camera with f aperture of 2.0, compared that to the S7, which have a f1.7, which is one of the better ones on the market. But this one has way more pixels than the dual pixel camera on the S7, 23 megapixels versus the 12 megapixel camera on the S7. Not quite sure which one's going to be the best. The S7 should have good low light performance. But interesting here, where you can see a front-facing 30 megapixel camera. 30 megapixel camera on a front-facing camera. That's insane on this Xperia X performance phone. If we go down here, 2700 milliamps battery compared to S7, which had 3000 milliamps. I'm not really sure if this one will be able to compete with the S7, but it will be interesting to see this phone. 5-inch display, which is pretty nice. I think that they're stepping it down a little bit from the S7 and not always increasing the size. 5-inch is a nice size, I think, there. So yeah, just a quick little video here talking about the X Performance. A little bit sad that you won't be able to buy this like next month or so, that Sony want to be very, very slow. Yeah, it's not my fault. It's Sony that want to be slow. I'm not sure why. I might do a video on Sony Xperia X and XA as well. But yeah, interesting. What do you think? Let me know. And yeah, have a nice day.